Listen to me, all of my fellow sneakerheads. If it takes you more than 5 minutes to open up the box and take out all of the accessories and go through the miniature book that outlines quote unquote successes and reshapes what the word win means, and also has numerous gold flakes and small shoelaces that represent different taco fillings, then I've got some bad news for you. I think that you may have just purchased a pair of Lebron 23s, and somebody may have lied to you and told you that they were maybe a quality shoe like a Jordan or a, I guess really that's it. You need to take those back immediately. Nike's LeBron 23 packaging is so theatrically overbuilt that it stops feeling like a sneaker launch and starts feeling more like a corporate attempt to manufacture reverence, which, if you think about it, is pretty on brand for LeBron James and his entire cultural identity. I mean, it's as if the box itself is supposed to do all the cultural labor and forget about the shoe. Like, what about the shoe, right? I just want to dig into it a little bit. Nike has always been in the business of selling more than shoes. It sells mythology, status, and the feeling that you're participating in something historically important just by buying a product. But this packaging is doing so much that it practically deserves its own press tour. Go figure. You have a crown shaped box, a collectible booklet, as I mentioned before, all these ridiculous accessories. At some point, you do have to ask yourself, how premium is this? Especially with a price tag at minimum $200. Who is Nike trying to fool with this? And what makes it funny in the most irritating way possible is that none of this is subtle. It's irritating because it's not subtle, just like how they handle it in the NBA. It's not subtle, it's obvious. And yet, here we are having to point it out to people. Now, if I want to be fair, Nike's always done special things for all of their signature athletes, right? That's part of any marketing formula. But there's a difference between elevated presentation and just full on overkill. With a lot of Nike's other signature athlete lines, the packaging is designed to support the identity of the shoe. Strong branding, clean box, a few premium touches here and there, but nothing on par with what we're seeing here. This completely hangs on to the idea of look at me, the ultimate pick me, LeBron James. This is showing you, or telling you rather, that this shoe is important. Not that different from LeBron himself, right? I think I think the part that gets under my skin the most is that once someone like myself points something like this out to the masses, you would think it would be impossible to unsee. You have the crown, the storytelling booklet, all of these themed extras. All of it's designed to create the impression that the shoe exists in a higher cultural register than everything else around it. But again, none of this is organic. It's all assembled. It's literally packaged. This is the definition of assembly, the definition of packaging something. It is, and I'm using the word literally, I can't even say it right. I'm using the word literally correctly here. It is literally manufactured. The whole thing has this energy of look how meaningful this is, while at the same time proving that just like everything else, it has to be force fed. Force fed. What's especially ridiculous is even how hard this kind of presentation leans on symbolism. Nike seems to understand that if you repeat enough cues, Nike seems to understand that if you repeat enough cues, crowns, chapters, legacy language, collectibles, inserts, things of that nature, people will begin to feel that the product is important, even if the material difference is mostly in the presentation. Go figure. That's not marketing. That's just theater. And don't get me wrong, it's obvious that this strategy works. That's the craziest part. It works because it creates scarcity status and conversation. Calling this shoe premium, making it a collectible, blah, blah, blah. You're creating value, or you're trying to create value just by saying things. Something else that's completely on brand with who we're talking about. I mainly bring this up because it is a totem. It is a grand representation of LeBron James himself. And it doesn't make Nike look great. The more Nike insists on creating significance, the more obvious it becomes that the significance is being constructed in real time. Once you see that, the whole thing starts to look less like a celebration and more like a brand trying to convince you that the reverence can be designed. These things are obvious to me. I'm not sure why the masses don't seem to grasp it, other than, as always, the lack of critical thought. But I did want to take some time out of my day to point out yet again how the machine works. And if you're a sneakerhead and you want to cop his sneakers, go for it. At this point, like I said, it's reached most secondhand stores. It's reached most Marshalls and TJ Maxx's. So the likelihood of him seeing any profit from these sales, not that it would ever matter, the likelihood that he would see any profit it's not likely. So go for it at this point. But I just wanted to raise a little bit of awareness as to the ugliness of the machine. As always, like and subscribe, share these videos. Appreciate the support, appreciate the fans. Steam Engine out.